Hello everyone, my name is Amber and welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we're going to have a look at the Jinn and all its attributes. Jinn is known for taking power from the location's energy source, and will have certain special abilities if the breaker or generator is on. When the power is on, the Jinn will have increased hunting speed. When it is in direct line of sight of a player, and more than 2 to 4 meters away from them, it will travel at 2.5 meters per second, approximately 1.6 times the normal ghost hunting speed. However, it will then slow down once it gets close to the player. This change in speed is very subtle, making it sometimes hard to notice. So the best way to test for a Jinn with this attribute is to compare its hunting speed when the power is on versus when the power is off. When the breaker is off, the Jinn will no longer be able to use its speed boost. It will travel at the normal ghost hunting speed. For comparison, here is a normal speed ghost with the breaker on. The Jinn also has a rare ability to drop players' sanity by 25% if they were within 3 meters of the ghost when it used its ability. When this happens, a random EMF level 2 will be given off, so if you're in the map and you get an EMF 2 with the ghost not having done anything beforehand, this could mean it was a Jinn using its special ability. If you are not on nightmare mode, you can then check your sanity levels in the van. If one or more players suddenly drop by a large amount, you can know it's probably either a Jinn or a mimic. This particular ability makes the Jinn very dangerous, as it can use this ability to drop sanity faster than you would expect, especially if it ends up using the ability more than once. Thankfully, turning off the breaker will also prevent the Jinn from being able to use this ability. Because of the Jinn's reliance on the breaker, it will never turn the breaker off directly. So if you are in an investigation and a ghost turns the breaker off, you can immediately rule out the Jinn. However, it is important to note that the breaker can still be blown out if too many lights get turned on. This can happen by either the players turning on too many lights, or by the ghost turning on one light and accidentally shutting off the breaker that way. This would not rule out the Jinn. You can tell if it was the ghost directly turning off the breaker, or if it was just blown out by accident, by checking to see if lights are still on after you turn the breaker back on. If all the lights that had been on beforehand are now completely off, the breaker was blown. If the lights come back on, the ghost turned off the breaker. The Jinn's evidence is fingerprints, EMF 5, and freezing temps. If you start getting this combination, you may want to consider turning off the breaker so it cannot use its abilities. Just watch out if you have a Jinn and you have turned the breaker off, because the Jinn can still turn the breaker back on in an attempt to use its abilities again. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you found this guide useful. If you did, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for future content. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out my channel for other Phasmophobia guide videos. Happy hunting out there!